NSFW.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with the lovely crew, the Unearthed Arcanum, celebrating our 1-year anniversary. Look at the camera, wave and say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
With the original characters.
We were doing
Yes!
everything out of order, and that's fine. Why am I hearing two of myself? This is ridiculous. Hold on one second.
Well, we don't hear it, just so you know. Or I don't, I can't speak for the
I
group.
don't hear it.
Unbelievable.
You sound great.
Oh, that's
Joe.
why. Hold on, that's why. I'm sorry.
Figured it
One
out.
second.
Good job.
There we go. Okay, cool. We're back. Hello. So before we get into tonight's episode, there's a couple announcements up front. For those who have never joined us before, welcome. The fun and what I think interesting sort of point about this channel, this It's a Long Story, the show, the spiel, whatever you want to call it, is that we have four individual parties existing in the same homebrew world at the same homebrew time. That's true. So there's a lot of fun little crossover and pieces that are together. We actually just had a massive crossover from two parties. If you have not seen that, check the past couple days, but past couple weeks too, between the Tuesday crew, the New Moon, and the Wednesday crew, the Mongoose crew. It was a lot of fun. It was a blast. Honestly, it was kind of a dream come true. But there's also this crew, which I also very much love. Obviously, this is they're all introspective. But yeah, I love you guys. Anyways, with that being said, the announcement of the next campaign that we are trying desperately, for those who've been watching this channel for a while, they're going to get really tired of me saying this, but desperately need players for those for our Candela Obscura campaign that we are trying so hard to launch off the ground. We just need players. Please, we have one. And
Do it for Atlas.
Do it for Atlas. We have one, and she's great. But I don't want to run a one-on-one. Wow, that's hard to say. Campaign.
Fun.
Yeah, so we need you. So for those who are unfamiliar with Candela Obscura is a cosmic horror style game designed by Darrington Press, the makers and friends over that are famous for Critical Role. If you are not familiar with them, interesting, cool. You should check them out. They're great. But they have done a couple of their sort of playtest versions of theirs. The official rulebook came out, I think, late last month, or no, the month before. Time, jeez. We have our own version of that, borrowing from the same extremely easy dice system. Same concept, but taking our foot and putting it into a very different sort of more real world vibe in the year 1901 in a place that is my hometown that I grew up in North Shore, Massachusetts. Not in the year 1901. I am not that old, but it's a really cool system, and I honestly would say I'm pretty proud of the setting too. So I really want to find players for it. So if you were interested in jumping in and doing that, also if you're curious on what that looks like, we did a playtest mid-September of last year. Wow, last year. I can say last year. And those that are some of them that are here. I have to do this backwards now, so this is hard to do. But yeah, some of them that are here were in the playtest as well. So if you want to check that out on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, because it's on that channel, and it'll be under Candela Obscura, Shadows of the North Shore. We had a fun little 3-session campaign. Words together. Yeah, you should check that out. But also, more importantly, you should join. or at least feel free to reach out for more information. For those who are watching this from YouTube, in the video description below, there should be a little link for you to be able to check out all of the games on Start Playing. You can also just type in startplaying.games/its-a-long-story_TTRPG. And if you're watching this from Twitch or YouTube, doesn't matter, I just put it in the private chat as well, so you can check out that game that is listed there. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, or if you just want to join, just hit join, and that would be cool too. Lastly, I think, yeah, so we're taking a little bit of a break from our drop in, drop out. For those who are new, we did the past couple months we did a drop in, drop out style for Steinhardt's Guide to the Eldritch Hunt, which was a fun mini campaign designed for those who are interested in like the Dark Souls esque sort of gameplay. But that is over and done for now. We're going to take a little break during the month to kind of bring back some old one-shots for those who have not played games like the McClellan Mellons Minstrel Mystery Party and All Bard Affair. I should really write down what that name is. It was really funny when I put it down, and now I totally forget what it is.
McClellan's Melons.
McClellan's Melons. An All Bard Affair, and a couple other one-shots that are equally zany or serious. We have a couple of serious ones too. But all of that is in prep for me to be able to introduce the new drop-in, drop-out style campaign that we will be starting, I believe, in February. That'll be a Humblewood campaign. So for those who want to pretend that they're anthropomorphic woodland creatures, here's your chance to do that. And drop in, drop out campaign means that you can jump in for one session, for 2 sessions. You can take a break in between, whenever, come in, come back, all that good stuff. So please check that out. Once we have that, we're going to take a little break for that, doing some normal one-shots for now. And then lastly, if you're interested in supporting the channel in any way, obviously, as you hear from every YouTuber, hitting subscribe actually helps a lot, and that's true. Helps to kind of feed the almighty algorithm, and allows us to be able to be seen by more people. But lastly, also you can check out our social media stuff that we have from our link tree, which I just posted in the chat as well. That has our Instagram, TikTok, obviously our YouTube and our Twitch. Feel free to take a look at that and join and say hi. We love talking to you guys. By the way, hi Mark. Welcome, buddy. Mark, our #1 fan. We love him. Awesome. Okay, so I believe that is it. Mitch, I believe you're doing the recap, correct?
I believe I am.
Fantastic. Cool. So without further ado, Mark, you're not Mark, you're Mitch. I know who you are. Mitch, please let us know where the Unearthed Arcanum have left off.
So in the last session, we found our group doing a classic dungeon crawl, down on hit points, and many with conditions such as blindness and deafness on a high outcropping. Having solved a series of puzzles, we met Io's new familiar, Callisto. So Callisto and Io had a conversation telepathically, which many of us did not witness in any way, shape, or form. Alistair was somewhat involved with that, shockingly inserting himself, and losing his cane in the process. To which Nolani graciously gave him a spare bow to use, and then we were encouraged, and after a interaction between Io and Callisto, Callisto basically said, "Get in this pool. You might survive what comes of you, and if you do, I will see you on the other side." So with that, we all approached the pool, got inside, found we could breathe the liquid substance, the water, and we began descending within this pool. We noticed very quickly there were rocks on the bottom and a obelisk, which drew Gwyn's attention as well as Alistair. As we went down, Gwyn went to investigate, touched and shockingly, of note, Siobhan decided to hold back at a safe distance, shocking all of our viewers, bringing comments in the chat, even, that she was so cautious and conservative. And eventually Gwyn touched the obelisk, which then kind of created a series of events, bringing the gatekeeper from the bottom, which was a giant creature, and creating a toilet bowl-esque whirlpool, spinning, which I think we decided we were in the northern hemisphere because of the rotation of the water, and thus slowly increasing as we spun around, causing the incredible battle map, the suspended rocks, which we had to avoid, and creating swimming against the current as it sucked us down, and we entered combat. The creature was probably much more than we should be tackling in our diminished state. Of note, Yori went down many times, and in one immortalized scene was revived to stand up, whack at the thing, causing a lot of damage, and then immediately go back down. And that's kind of how his whole combat went. Eventually, Gwyn blasted the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper blew up into many pieces. The gold rings, the gold cufflinks, which the gatekeeper was wearing, settled to the bottom. Yori, in a epic display of balance, rolled one over, and somehow got inside. We last found our group with 3 of the members, Al, Yori, and Siobhan were down. Gwyn, Io, and Nalani were up, and I believe Gutter is still up as well, although I kind of lost track of Gutter. So I'm going to take a little liberties, Joe, but I imagine the group, I imagine Nalani reached down, kind of brushed the hair back behind Siobhan's one ear, probably used a little bit of druid craft to cause a blooming flower to emerge from his seed packet, put it behind her ear, and gently picked her up and walked through the gate. Gwyn, not having the strength to lift Alistair, grasped him by the wrist and dragged him behind her, his head thudding over the uneven rock surface debris, as she kind of eagerly trudged through, wanting to find out what was on the other side. Io gently picked up our young fairy, 14 and a half age, such a young, tender thing, from inside the gold ring, and carried him through with Gutter kind of trailing behind. And the last thing kind of told us as we walked through was those that were down regained their 1 hit point, and we're on the other side of this. So I believe that's most of what was important.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an unreliable narrator.
Most of that is true, besides maybe the last minute. Amazing. Thank you, Mitch. Incredible. Very nice. Also, as a token to thanking you all for 1 year, 1 beautiful, glorious year, please take a point of inspiration. Okay. So with that, we will.
Do I get 2 because I narrated and I got 1?
Sure. I'll allow.
No.
Well, for the record, I still had my last one from the last time I gave this thing, and we don't even know when that was.
24 hours in game, sir. You also don't know if it's been 24 hours in game or not. Fantastic. So with that, we will move in to our party. As you all stumble through the portal, most of you in either an unconscious state or just barely up. You land as a pile on the other side. Chests heaving, wiping mouths from blood, hair, clothes, wet. There's a moment here where you actually feel so much exhaustion, I think, that the perception of anything around you is not paramount. You're checking each other in this moment to see who's made it through. All of your conditions are healed, as those who are blind or deaf all of a sudden just find those pieces of yourselves reopened as you all collect yourselves, seeing nothing at first but a blurred vision behind your friends that is just blue. We're going to take it from there.
Gwen, where are we? Yori, why?
I'm here. That was easy. Who killed it? Someone's got to tell me that. Maybe later. I'm still. I'm fine. Fenrir's gonna be real jealous though.
Whew. Now's the time to take a real nice long breather. I was worried about you when you went down again there, little man. Not just
yeah.
but... Wow.
Yeah, that fight's a bit of a blur. I lost consciousness at least twice.
Yeah, I saw all them damn rocks flying around, and I thought if I move forward, then next thing I'm looking at, I'm getting swatted by that big mug. That was, and I thought I had the advantage. I'm the swimmer here, and I'm honestly just grateful we're still here.
Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, it does feel kind of weird here.
Yeah.
Joe, does it feel like after she messed with the shell and she lost touch with Mask? Because last time you said we were cut off from our divine and patrons, so I wondered if it felt the same to her.
Everybody roll me an insight check.
$19 on mine.
D20.
Insight. 24.
What's your resolve this?
7. Jess, we're still not hearing you. Okay. I'm working on it. assuming it's above a 10, there's a weird feeling here. Nalani, I think you also feel this, but it's distant for you. And that makes sense. Your connection to magic is just beginning to bloom. For the rest of you, you feel something that I think none of you have ever truly felt. Feel nothing. The air itself seems to almost connect perfectly with the temperature of your skin. You feel that your damp clothes and hair, as you touch it, seems to repel off your skin. For those that have their magic connecting to an entity, that connection is not here. Alistair, you rolled a dirty 20. Your leg doesn't hurt here. Moreover, it feels different than it has before. It's not... When your leg has stopped hurting, it's probably felt more like a numbness. Here it feels mirrored to your healthy one. As you're all collecting yourselves, for those of you who are connected with an entity in your magic, there is a feeling that I think starts in a space of panic. That's up to you if that subsides.
Siobhan's gonna try to shift into her changeling form.
Nothing. It's not a feeling of I'm not trying hard enough. You don't feel a fleeting spark. You look down at your hands and feet and recognize that in this moment you are in your changeling form and you can't move out of it.
Something's very wrong with this place. It's like the shell. After I used it, I couldn't shift for a while. I can't. I don't know.
Hey, Shiv, when your god is... Like, do you sense your god normally?
He's gone right now. I don't know where
You too, huh? I thought with me it made sense. It wasn't welcome, but I'm not gonna lie. At least in my case, hopefully, if this is a little break from it, that might not be a bad thing. Question, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
What's the shell doing? Is it glowing? It's always in my front sleeve or front.
Good question.
Like,
if you look down at your your pocket where you said that you kept that because of how it was glowing. And you see it is still glowing, but as you take it out, you see it's just a soft blue. It's pulsing not erratically, but not as slow as you've seen it before. It almost seems to be in a state of rest. Never completely going out. Just fading and glowing. As you all take a second to kind of look around, gather your surroundings, I think, Nalani, you're probably the first one here. You see the floor itself is not really, it doesn't really seem like a floor. It's more like as if you're standing on glass. And Nalani, taking it from your perspective, I think you put your foot forward and you see just a soft, just ripple. Yori, as you're opening your eyes, laying maybe on your back, you see above you a calm ocean. Small ripples of waves, as if gravity had been reversed here.
You guys, look up. To be honest, I feel kind of better here. I always have this feeling kind of like I'm being hunted or watched, and I don't feel that way here. It's calming.
As I'm looking over everybody and making sure everybody's good, see the magic coming off of people's items. Do I still have that ability?
You look around. What do you try to focus on?
Well, I think with them discussing, I'll look specifically at, say, Gwen's book.
It's just a book. It's similar to the feeling as if you had turned it off.
I don't know if this is peaceful. Things seem to be not here.
Having heard Alistair say that, I think Nalani's going to concentrate on his most horrific memory back in the cabin and kind of think about that. What he's trying to understand is if it's peaceful, like if it feels like it's trying to calm us down and create this peaceful space. What happens if he introduces unpeaceful thoughts?
You try to focus long and hard on what that cabin felt like, what it smelled like, taste of the air. Try to focus on the voices, the images. Give me a history check.
19.
19, you see these images kind of come in. You see you feel like you can feel the ash in your fingertips for a second. You look out and you can see just in that wall of nothing but blue, you see just a mirage, a burned down cabin, but it melts away. It's like it's hard to dwell there.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that Gwen would look back at Alistair, and just say, I think I feel on my own right now. And I think what she would do is first just try to create like little sparks using prestidigitation, which comes from her warlock powers. And if nothing happens with that, she would try to, with thaumaturgy, which is an inborn power that she's got, just try to change her eyes from red to green or something, just to see if it's powers that sort of come from outside sources that are just all magic.
You put your fingers together to try to snap the reflection of the thaumaturgy spell, and you feel that your skin doesn't seem to connect like it wants to. You go to change your appearance, and it's hard to tell if it worked, right? So changing your appearance, you wouldn't be able to notice as far as eyes go. But I'd say probably looking at one of your, looking at Siobhan, you see changing the eye color, you see that eye color kind of shift and then will seem to crackle and fizz and move back away.
I think we're just cut off from everything right now. This is I don't know if new space is right, but unique space? I don't know what word I'm trying to think of.
Well, you guys all manipulate the weave when you cast, right? What if I think he's gonna try and levitate something on Nalani's person, probably like an arrow out of his quiver. With his telekinesis to see if that does anything.
You raise your hand, you feel like you see the arrow just move slightly, but then stops.
Well, I'll be. I've never been in a situation where that's happened before.
Hey,
Yeah.
Io, didn't Callisto say he was gonna meet you on the other side? Have you tried to contact him?
Well, now my go-to method of doing so, well, normally I'd have to see him if I wanted to talk in his mind. Let me at least try calling out to him. Hey, Callisto! You said you was gonna meet us on the other side, right?
As you yell out, you can actually hear your voice seem to reverberate out. Then seems to die as if it's on its own. As if it's trying to decide how big or how small the room is to create that ambience. There's a pause. And you see as if stepping through a curtain of water. You see a figure emerges. A small axolotl pseudo-dragon.
I probably can't hear you, but, or you probably can't, I can't talk to you the way we normally do, but we've met you on the other side, sir, so, where the hells are we?
Where's my powers? Why can't I cast magic?
Looks at both of you. Alistair, give me a... Looking at you, Alistair, give me I think a wisdom saving throw.
$16.
What'd you get?
16.
16. Okay. With a 16, you see your eyes seem to connect with Callisto. And you feel your body almost drifting out and away from you. You see, you can't help but look up at the water, and as you look at the shimmering sort of image, you see a sort of interesting moment, something that is not a memory that you could possibly have, because it is a image of Alina on a bed. Multiple people around her. You can see a blanket that is drawn up, and you can see that she's sweating. With Alistair's intelligence, you recognize that this must be the day you were born. You see that image ripple away.
Was it? See, it'd be fun if we stayed overnight, so we'd go to this movie surf and you're playing it. Sleep overnight.
Clinton, I can't hear you, but I can hear someone.
What game are you playing at?
You see him kind of move his hand out as if like introducing you to something. Kind of looks over in that direction, but as you look out, you don't see anything. You see more of the same.
I imagine I still have my hand on Gwen for support. You know, look at her and the direction, kind of look at everyone else, and then just start walking that way.
Yeah, Gwen will be right beside him.
Okay. Alistair, as you start walking, you feel there's like this sort of like phantom limb sort of feeling at first, where you're walking and you can feel yourself stumble as if you're wiping hair out of your eyes that's not there. But you quickly recognize that you don't need to stumble here. You don't need to limp. I think instinctively as Gwyn and you are walking in that direction away from the party, you just let go of the weight on Gwyn.
The last time I did this, bad things followed.
I don't think this is the same. Because that was personal. This is something else.
This feels pretty personal. Did you see Alina?
No. Where did you see her?
I saw the day she gave birth to me before it thing went this way. I don't know if you should come with me or not.
I think we stick together. There's no getting rid of me now.
Yep, I feel like I could sleep for a week, but we're not done yet. If that's the way we're going, let's go.
You separate from the group that has not moved yet and start walking with Alistair and Gwyn. And I don't imagine there's a lot of space that's transpired here, but Gwyn, Alistair, you notice as you start to walk, it's not like there's like, it's not really in the frame of like invisible floor tiles that appear in front of you. You don't get that feeling. It's almost as if you're walking on a very, very small planet where everything just seems to repeat itself. Assuming the rest of you follow, that you guys are relatively in a group, you quickly get the idea that you don't need to go anywhere. There's nowhere to go.
What happens if I try to go up?
You try to fly?
Yeah, I'll try to fly up.
As you try to use your wings and the idea of you've been able to use your wings for a bit, so you get the concept of how hard you need to push to be able to move yourself from the gravitational pull of this world. You feel yourself just not. But you don't feel heavy. It's just as if something is not reacting the same way. But you're unable to fly.
Well, I can't fly.
And you notice as you guys are walking, you see each step there's just a small ripple.
Does it look like the ripples that were in the walls and in the veins?
No. It's like if you were walking on thin glass.
Okay.
That has the water has water tempered underneath it. It's like just a small bit of pressure, enough to make something move.
I kind of get the feeling that we could just walk forever and there would not be a destination for us to reach, sort of feeling.
Actually, yeah. I think with that, Io's looking back at Callisto's like, but no, seriously, what are you playing at? What are you trying to get us to do?
As you see Callisto looking at you, you get the feeling that you were right in the concept of telepathic speech not working here. But what you do get is an image in your head, reflected out along the ceiling of this place. You find yourself in an empty classroom. Familiar. The room seems to slowly fade in with images of other classmates, heads down, quills, writing furiously. You remember this moment as a oddly specific memory of a time where you felt like you didn't remember the answer to a test. And then it comes to you. And you see your vision seem to move down to the paper and the image fades. In this moment, you all regain 8 hit points. Personified in the idea that I think you feel a sense of, not necessarily weightlessness, but like looking at like maybe the scars in your hands and the bruises, they don't go away. They're still here, but they don't hurt. They don't ache.
These images on the sky, only the people who therefore are seeing them, we all just see blue? Okay.
I think Gwen seeing that Alistair, and mostly Alistair, because I think Siobhan's a little bit behind, is just going to turn to him and say, the journey led us here. I know we have the answers. This is what we worked through the dungeon for. We are going to get to the end, and we're going to find more answers. That's what we're doing here.
Okay, but listen, like
as
just
you say
you
that.
and me.
Sorry, but this would happen immediately after you say that. As you say that, you see 3 stone columns slowly emerge out from the glass-like water that you're standing on. They're low to the ground, probably about maybe to the navel. They're blank. But Gwen, you get the feeling that you're heading in the right direction.
We have trusted in each other and in our skills this far. We're going to be fine. And I think she just keeps walking.
Oh, I reach out and grab your hand, pull you back. Just wait. Just wait. Just hear me out. You and me, right? Let's go through this. There was a battle, right? And then something hit me, and I was out, and now we're all in a place. Yori was hurt, and you were hurt, and now we're in a place where we don't feel any pain, and there's light, and we can't. What if we didn't make it through the dungeon?
Then we're gonna find out what's on the other side, aren't we?
Whatever you're thinking, it's wrong. Carter would be here.
Are you suggesting that we're possibly dead, Alistair?
It's a working theory.
Carter would be here.
Nalani will slap Alistair and say,
Gwen is gonna try to stop him from doing that again.
Yeah, I think even Io at this point is like,
even if she
wait a minute.
has to step in between, like.
I'll roll for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. A 19 and an 11. 11.
Alistair, does that beat your armor class? Cool. Yeah, so you guys are able to kind of grab him.
I was
As you
just
do so,
gonna see if he could feel pain. He wanted an
boundaries.
experiment. He said he
different
thought he was
ways.
dead. He couldn't feel pain. That was his premise. I'm using scientific method. This is what he's taught me.
Shivagon's just gonna say, "We're not dead," and pull out a dagger and cut her hand.
See what happened now? That I could have just slapped him and now she's cut herself.
But you have to ask first.
To slap someone?
Not to mention, you could have
Engage
tested.
We should.
What happens
a
when
bad
Siobhan
guy.
cuts herself?
as you go to cut your hand with the dagger, you can feel the sharpness of the dagger, but it doesn't break your skin. You feel the pressure of the dagger against your hand, but you don't feel any pain, and it doesn't seem to break through.
I think she's gonna start panicking a little, thinking they're right, and just going no, no, no as she keeps trying to cut her hand, trying to prove that she's still alive.
If we are dead, what does that change about what we do? Does that change what you would do right now?
Carter
Don't we
would
just
be
have to
here.
Keep going?
Are you
Yori's
I
sure?
right.
think we're dead. That thing punched me in the whole body, but I don't feel it. But I definitely have internal injuries. I don't think we're dead. But
And even if we were, I don't even know if
Crazy.
you'd really see. I don't know if you'd see Carter right away, because I think, don't souls get sorted or something first?
Oh, I don't know how that works.
Depends on the soul.
I think you keep fighting. You like fight a bunch of fights, and then you wake up, and then you drink and you eat, and then you fight some more. It's something like that.
That
And
seems
Yori has a
very.
point.
Yeah.
You
No
all
matter
regain
where we
8 hit
are.
points again, by the way.
It's not going to change what we do next. And what we do next is move forward and find the answer.
Siobhan's
the
gonna
last
stalk
obelisk we
towards
touched-
the obelisks.
Mhm.
And just as she's walking forward, just start shouting, "The echoes deep and ripples old, find the secrets the water told." Yeah, that's what I wrote.
You see the obelisks themselves seem to kind of glow a slight blue, but then fade out.
Gwen, help me on this.
You have to touch it, and I'll walk up and touch it and say,
I'll touch one of them too.
Gwen
You
will
know,
touch the
you're
third
the one
one.
that told me to slow down.
"We're dead."
Gwen touches the third one, so.
Three
And then
breaths deep
do we
and
recite
ripples
the
along.
poem like at the same time?
Wait,
This is-
before we do this, maybe all of us
Oh.
have to touch it. And I'm also gonna touch. I'm gonna touch.
So just
the
a
same
reminder,
one.
there's 3.
Right.
Mhm.
I was gonna touch the other side of the middle one with who's ever touching the middle one.
Okay. This is a perfect example. Thank you. Io, as you touch the stone, you feel the shell in your pocket gently seems to float out.
Okay. Guys, I'm thinking this is a good thing. Is this a good thing? Gwyn?
Yori,
Al?
the
Yeah.
heart, the torch.
Oh, yeah, I still have those. They're in my pack. Here. And I'll hand Alistair the heart. And I'll take the torch out. And does it feel any different? Does it, like, as far as... yeah, do I get any feeling from holding it? I'm not doing anything with it, but besides holding it near these obelisks at this point with the torch.
No. Io, if you're letting assuming you're still in contact with the obelisk, are you letting the shell continue to float?
Yeah, with not hearing any response from Gwyn or Al, I'm just gonna keep letting it float over there.
Cool. Yeah, you see it float out of your pocket and towards the obelisk that you're touching.
Okay, so the words...
Eventually it rests
Oh,
on top of it. And you see a very bright blue light. Go from the shell itself and ripple outward. The stone itself seems to reform as if almost like molecules reshaping around the shell from the bottom as it encases the shell around. You see it rests and just floats there.
Well, that was really, really cool.
Put the other
So-
things on top of the other ones.
Yeah, but I think you gotta say the words as well, because you said the rhyme for the water at first. But I think we're one step closer to figuring this out. I'm actually gonna look at the sky as well. Has the sky, I mean, other than now a blue pillar of light and the stuff we were seeing on the ceiling, has anything changed?
Roll me an insight check.
Okay. That's a 10.
You recognize as you're looking up on the ocean-like ceiling, as you don't see any imagery or anything, you recognize in this moment that you only saw that when you asked Callisto a question.
Hmm. Okay. Well, no change there, but 2 pillars to go.
Yeah, Gwen would look at Alistair and Yori and just sort of gesture for them to put the torch and the heart on the remaining 2
Yeah, I'll try that.
and say the associated poems.
As you put the torch that is still burning down onto the pillar, you see the torch itself, the pieces of the pillar seem to glow brighter and brighter, pulsing. And that light seems to go from the bottom all the way up into the flame of the torch. You see the torch glows to a blue. It pulses, just like the shell did.
I will take 2 really quick steps towards the pillar with the heart and then stop and turn around and hand it to Gwen.
Gwen
But
will.
I won't watch her put it on the pedestal.
Gwen's just gonna like probably squeeze your hand as she takes it, and she will put it on top of the third one.
As you put the third piece on the pillar, we see an eruption of flame start from around the cylinder and seem to dance, circling around, going up and surrounding the heart, still beating, until the heart itself seems to catch fire. No longer pulsing. With these other 2 items that are down, we hear the same sort of sound. This. We see the pillar itself fall from each side. And we see these 3 items just floating for a second. And then, as if from molecules just realigning, they disappear into the air. Looking up at the ceiling, you see something is descending or coming up out of the water. You see a silvery blue cylindrical object come out, pierce the water, and float in the air in front of you, the light emerging from its center, glowing, blinding you all for a second, and then coming back down. Hello. You may call me Uldurith. Who am I speaking with?
My name's Gwen. These are my friends.
Io, pleasure to meet you.
Siobhan?
It's okay. I'm looking at Alistair and everybody else.
Nolani.
Alistair, Samil.
I'm Yori, and we are Hammerscale. No? Okay.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
True pleasure. I am to be given to those that are both powerful enough to keep me safe and worthy enough to use me when the time is right.
So you ain't the one who created this place?
This place existed long before you were. I am an avatar of something far greater. It is they who built this place. A place where everything may exist in harmony without pain, without suffering, without hurt.
Wow. That explains. When we were going through this place, there was all manner of old languages. We saw Infernal, Sylvan. This is quite a lot to take in.
There was another language. It was one we didn't know. You know what it was?
The version of me that is locked away has been kept here for a very long time. Long before these languages ever existed. I am sure those who worked to keep me safe spent time making sure all are honored and all are challenged.
It didn't seem like anybody had been here for a very long time. And I don't know if we're powerful enough or worthy enough, but we made it through.
What are we supposed to use you for?
Had the same question, honestly.
You are asking, it is not time yet.
Can you help us get Maeve back?
And the voice in the sky, is there anything you can... Is that even something you're aware of? A being called Tall?
You hear silence.
How do you deem one worthy?
Seeing as there are many of you who have made it through here, it is up to you to choose.
What can you do?
need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Ooh. Do I want to
8.
use that inspiration now?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Dirty 20.
I'm doing
Nice.
that.
You're just the dirtiest 20.
Dirty,
Oof.
dirty boy.
Did not matter. I
17.
definitely failed that save.
A dirty 18.
The dirtiest 18.
A 7.
Okay.
A 3 after inspiration.
After inspiration?
Yes.
Amazing.
Wow.
Anyone other than Alistair get 20 or above? Cool. Gwen. What you see as you look at this item is freedom. You feel yourself moving forward in time, giving you and your friends everything they ever wanted. You see your mother sitting in a chair, staring at you, and only you. She smiles and seems to nod to you. You feel accepted. Yori. You see yourself strong, tall, larger than any of those who have ever stood in your way. You see the figures that once looked down on you are now looking up in varying expressions of both fear and admiration. You see yourself scaling mountains, jumping over large expanses of water, breathing in clouds. Siobhan. You see your daughter. The age that you saw her in your visions. Smiling at you from beyond a wooden desk. You can only see half of her face. There's other desks behind her with figures that are around, sitting at them, poring over materials, grabbing magnifying glasses, and talking with couples who are holding themselves close, clearly in need of something. You feel whole. You feel clean. Nalani, your vision blurs. You feel a panic at first as you start to almost find yourself falling into the swirling mass of green and brown and gold. Everything is blurred around you. You see yourself wearing exactly what you're wearing now. You feel the same. Io. You feel gentle rocking of a ship. See air on your face, feeling of the helm in your hands. You hear the sound of laughter from Eris. You look out on the deck and you see figures of other beings all doing their job, but looking up at you beaming. You look up at the sky and you feel the sense of something looking back at you. Something beyond this realm. You feel it reach out and touch you. Feel home. Alistair. Why do you fight what I have to give?
Doesn't makes sense to me. Say you're here as a prize, but you could also be here as a trap.
Outside of this room, you feel pain. You feel shame. I can make those go away. I can make everything as one.
It's what us. We're alive.
You mortals weren't meant to have to know that.
Why are you here? What purpose do you have?
I believed in a world that the others weren't ready for. They fought. I waited. And we all have been kept in waiting. You don't have to release what I have to give to the world. But you have to believe that it's possible to not feel what you feel. There's always a better life. I can give you that.
I take you with me from here. What's to stop you from doing this on your own? What control? What promises do I have once we leave here?
I can't do anything without the help of my brothers and sister. With just me, it won't be enough. But it's a start. One of you needs to take me. You see the rod descend into your hand. And you hear it say one last thing to you before it does not speak for a long time. I can take the pain away if you want. Did you say no?
No.
Very well. As you hold it in your hands, you feel a rush as if the air is being pulled and sucked out of the room gently. You see the portal itself open up again in front of you. And you hear the sound of birds chirping. There's a second for you all. Assumedly. We recognize that if you were to stay here, there would be peace for you. Things don't hurt here. Hard memories fade here. This is how they said they want the world to be. I think that gives some of you pause.
Is this what you all want?
Gods no.
It's too easy.
This is boring.
Speak for
Pain
yourselves.
gets a bad rap, but this pain doesn't have to be bad. This story is boring without pain or downs and ups, and also pain makes you feel like you did something.
Yeah, I'm all for shortcuts, but they always come with a price. I'm not seeing the price here. So that can't be good.
Honestly, I don't really agree. Pain, true, you can grow from pain, or you can end up permanently broken from it.
This place is too close to being buried, where you can't feel anything. I'd rather put my hand in the fire than feel that.
When Yuri says that, if I look directly at Gwen and make eye contact with her, am I just looking at another person? No. Aya, look at me. What do you see?
We still see this like idealistic world, right?
Give me an insight check on Alistair.
Okay. 21.
You see an Alistair that is standing upright, not clutching his leg. You see eyes that seem to be more alive than they've ever been. A light, maybe even a twinkle. You see relaxed shoulders. You see a stranger.
I think, especially seeing all of that. All right, hear me out. I'm not necessarily saying stay here, but I mean, take this thing, figure out some way to share it with the world. Look at yourself, man. You're the picture of perfection right now.
Okay. Do you care?
What do you mean,
When
do
I-
I care?
What do we have? We've known each other for how long?
About 5-6 years, I think, give or take.
So? Does that seem to matter to you right now?
I'd say it still matters to me, but I mean, a place where you're never gonna suffer, never run the risk of getting broken. It's compelling. It's a compelling argument for me.
How would you feel if we all disappeared right now? If
Well,
that's not pain, then wouldn't you just feel okay with it? Wouldn't it just feel fine?
Hey, Siobhan,
feeling the pain, I don't see how that's a good thing, though.
Carter's dead.
It's how you...
Maeve might be too.
Sometimes it's how you remember a thing. It's how you keep it with you. Maybe it's not something you even like, but without it, you lose something.
I'm sorry, I just don't agree.
How does she? Oh.
No, you're good. You go ahead.
No, it was a delay. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Honestly, little man, I focus on happy memories. That's the times I bring the most, that bring me the most, make me feel the most alive. I mean, I know you've had a hard one, but I mean, is that what you'd want your everyday to be?
But that's not what every day is. Without the downs of pain, the ups of being friends with you, and the joys of being with Fenrir or getting something good to eat, don't feel as good. They feel good to me because I've felt pain, because I've been in bad situations, and they feel better. I want the whole roller coaster. Well, the whole Imaean roller coaster.
But here's the thing. We have a way to make the world better.
Is that better, though?
Io, we have a way to make the world fake.
How many steps is this from just oblivion?
But I mean, so this means we are doing next to nothing about oppression. I mean, little man was about to be sold as a slave.
So let's do something about it. But not this.
What can y'all possibly offer up that compares to this, though?
Life.
Freedom. Who are you to make that choice for everyone?
someone who's been on the other side of the tracks, but hopefully the responsibility to use it wisely.
Hey, Io, I think they're all getting it wrong. It's not about pain or not pain. It's about a space devoid of time. An absence of everything. A semblance of nothing passing and memories not mattering. That's what this is. It's not about pain, or it's not about joy. It's about a devoid of everything.
Okay. Thinking
And I
about
know
it
that's
from-
not who you are.
Yeah. When you mention it like that, I don't know. I was just thinking if we had something to kind of level the playing field of this big cosmic game, wouldn't be a bad thing to pass up. So, what, are we just gonna leave this thing here? Kind of just go about our business, not even try to figure out some kind of way we can make use of it?
No, it's coming with us. Look, we certainly not the most powerful, and I guess we beat all the traps and puzzles, but if not us, then who?
Maybe it's better that we're not the most powerful.
It said it's not going to do anything until it gets with its two other siblings, I guess. So for now, we don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's just... If you want to change the world, let's go change the world. But let's do it in the world.
That's a good point.
I'll look at the rod and whisper, take us out of here.
You feel the rush of air being pulled a little stronger towards the gate. But it won't send you out. You have to walk through.
Oh, if there's something to walk through, walking through. Gwen is.
Same.
Guys,
This place still feels devoid of connection, right?
Roll me an insight check.
I'm scared. Inspiration, thank God. 23.
Connection's a hard word. I think as you look at your friends as they're making their way towards the gate, you still feel connected to them.
That's not what I mean. I mean, like, higher level beings connected to us.
Oh, you still feel disconnected from your deity, yes.
Okay.
I think Io's certainly going to be the last person out. If Callisto's still in the room, I think he's looking over him and is like, is this what you were here for? And when we cross that threshold, are you gonna meet us on the other side? Did we choose right?
I'll roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
To be clear, I haven't left the room yet.
I have
Oh.
not left either.
Nat 20 on the persuasion.
Jesus.
Thank you, Kiki, for the new dice. They're great.
You're welcome.
You'll see what happens when you walk through.
I'm not certain this thing will still be here if I go in front of you all.
Well, you're all coming, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I guess.
You don't feel the connection outside. She's gonna pull
All
out the
right,
rat trap. We don't know if he's tracking us through this. And if we leave it here, he could lose us completely.
It won't work here.
I'm not
She's
trying
not
to
trying
use
to
it. I'm
make it
saying I
work.
should
Trying to leave it
it.
behind. That's an excellent idea, Siobhan. I like that idea.
But it may be my only connection to getting to my daughter. But if he's tracking us through it,
You have your mask. You've tracked her through that.
That's true. Not to mention, that belonging to him means he has power over it.
But leaving it here, if he can track it here, I don't know if he could or what that would mean, but we would never know. We don't know what consequences that would have.
to give him a liminal space such as this to
Mess
do
with.
whatever he.
This is your
Okay.
call, Siobhan.
I'm not smart in these things. I don't know. Is it safer to leave it here, or will I lose that chance? Maybe when we're stronger, we can use it to call him and capture him and get the information we need.
I think
could
it's
be
a risk
hybrid.
either way. But sometimes it's the risk you know that's the better choice.
You just said something. That's right. If we're not connected to the outer, to whatever these otherworldly beings we're all connected to, this could be our one time to divulge things without having eyes on us potentially. But that is a big
Divulge
risk.
what?
I mean, just in case there were any things where our lips were sealed and we couldn't divulge things that we can now.
Do you have something you need to tell us, Io?
No,
was very
Siobhan has things
specific.
to tell us.
Well, actually, I do, but I'll go if she doesn't want to, or if she doesn't even have anything.
I've told you guys. Not everything has to be about me. You guys quite literally pry into every aspect of my life. No, I don't have anything.
That is actually pretty fair. You guys did ask about my patron. Okay, so where do I start? So his name's Grunlatla. He's this really big sea monster thing with tentacles and looks like a big old like fish thing. He wants me to go kill his other warlocks, and you see what happens when I don't touch the book. What else? And when I fall asleep, sometimes I dream about him, and that is when things get bad. And remember that Midas guy last time I dreamed about him? Last time I dreamed with Grunlatla there, he basically patted me on the back for Midas dying, and then it looked like his corpse was killed in the bottom of the brain sea, or wherever the fuck I was. And I think that's probably what's gonna happen to me when I die if I'm not careful about this. Questions?
Concerns, certainly.
Yeah, me too. That's why I thought opening the book in this
Joseph.
area was a good idea.
So how long are you gonna be leaking water everywhere?
I'm assuming either when I'm dead, or he's dead, or all the other warlocks are dead and he's dead. I kind of want to know what happens when he dies, since he wants to be killed, and I'm starting to think that's really probably not a good thing for the rest of us. Because he did say killing him will set him free. And did I say his name was Grinlatla? Because, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'll see you all out there. You all come in.
Oh, Yuri.
Oh gosh.
You see,
I hate this place.
You see Gutter also standing in the doorway, just like,
Yeah, but let's go.
Oh.
I hate to be the one bringing this up, but this space, while it feels like nothing, does feel safe. Like nothing's going to harm us while we're in here. Should we take a rest?
I think we get back to the ship as fast as possible.
So
Yeah,
we
I
go
have
out
no
there
idea
with
how
the
much time has passed.
and the
Mhm. Also
don't know if this is gonna
dinosaurs
stay
that
open.
chased us in and almost killed us are out there. We have nothing. Everyone almost just died.
And if that door closes, we lose all hope of saving my daughter.
Yep, we're
That's
we're
fair.
going through the portal. Lonnie.
Taking a risk.
Oh, all right.
All right, me and Gutter go through.
Okay.
Well, Gutter makes his own decisions, but I invite him to come with me.
I full on think Gutter walks through except for his like pinky toe, just like looking back, just making sure that everybody's, because he doesn't know if this thing's gonna close after he goes. Like,
Right.
And I already said I was gonna go last or next to last if it literally has
You
to be
are.
Alistair.
The D&D trope, everyone has to go last.
Yeah, so Alistair
Like-
pops
like
a
the
button off of his
Shadowfell.
vest, chucks it off to the side, and walks through the portal.
You got it.
Gwen's like right next to him.
Closest behind me, that's on you. I told you guys.
As you all exit this place, you feel immediately weight and pain, suffering, and love, and hope. You feel sadness, loss. You feel joy. You feel alive. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. See you guys in 10. And we are back. Okay. So, handling some things right off the bat. Alistair, as you walk out back onto the island, you immediately feel the weight of the world and the pain in your leg. In this moment, forgetting that you needed a cane, you immediately fall to the ground. As you do so, you hear a relatively heavy sort of thud next to you in the sand. Looking over, I want you to describe to me what your new cane looks like.
I think it is a kind of a crooked and gnarled instead of like a rounded shape that kind of allows me to prop my elbow into it to kind of hold my weight. And it's a deep jet black wood look to it, but I think it has the same color that we saw in the caves with the crystals, kind of grain running through the side of it.
Like the grain having this similarity to like the cave veins, like
Yeah.
the bright blue.
Yeah.
I love it. Very nice. Roll me a Roll me a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
$10.
Okay. You now have this ability. I'm putting it in your Discord. Gwen, as you see Alistair fall, you guys kind of walked out together, so as you see Alistair kind of fall to the ground, you see the cane seem to fall next to him as if it always was there. As you go to help him up, you feel an emotional weight immediately fall back onto your shoulders.
That's better.
You feel a sudden urge to reach into your book bag in the side. You just feel yourself just running your thumb along the binding of your journal.
Yeah. And I think while she's in there, she would also check for her charm bracelet that she keeps in her bag because it's broken. Just sort of make sure it's still there. And then help Alistair up and let him keep leaning on her if he wants to.
He'll know you.
Yes.
Siobhan, as you come back, you feel yourself feel the emotional weight come back, and you notice that your clothes, your skin, and your hair, I think probably your red hair, is still wet. But you feel a different sort of warm dampness underneath your eyes. You hear a voice. Are you okay?
For now.
Don't do that again.
I can't make any promises. I don't know how we did that in the first place, but we'll try.
Try. You walk out and you feel the same physical and emotional pain you always do, and I truly think it feels good.
Yeah, Yori, he doubles over. Like, I mean, he's still really injured, even after the healing. Like, so he doubles over. I think he coughs up a little bit of blood onto the sand or the ground or what it is. And just goes, "Oh yeah, that's the good stuff." Whew, yeah.
You immediately see these the little blooms seem to kind of pull themselves out from under the ground and start to kind of move over to you, and you hear Gutter kind of step in front of you.
They were gonna eat you.
Nalani, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just kind of bring my hand up, healing word.
Try that again. Talk closer to where.
Oh, sorry. I kind of usher Gwen over to where Yori is at, and reach down and put my hand on him and cast healing word. Sorry, or cure wounds. I apologize. So you.
Would you like to describe what happens, or would you want me to?
I would like you to, Joe.
Okay. Yori, as you feel the effects from Alistair casting Cure Wounds, you notice the veins of the staff seem to glow blue. And as Alistair touches you, you feel an icy coldness that you had felt before. And it seems to spread over to the wounds. It numbs them. As you gain an extra d6 in the hit points you're receiving.
So that'll be a total of 13 HP.
Okay. See, that feels good. Because it felt bad. Ugh.
Seemed to work better than normal.
It was colder than normal, but it's, bracing.
You look over at your cane and you don't hear it respond. But I think you feel something in the way of it couldn't give you what you wanted, or it couldn't give you what it wanted to give you. But it can help. Nalani, as you walk out, you feel that same sort of physical weight. The thing that's been weighing on your conscience and your brain that made you walk out of that room blindly, you somehow were able to push it to the back of your mind in this last room with Undulith. But you feel it in the forefront now as you stare out into the jungle and see through the cracks just a little bit of beach. You also probably, because you're a ranger, you turn around and look behind you and you see a solid wall of mountain. You also don't see any giant footprints.
Yeah, Alani remembers what he had been told and tries to stuff that pain and that memory into a deep, dark spot and focus on the task on hand, which seems to him to be observant for danger and try to protect the group.
Okay. Io, as you step out, you immediately feel your feet. The effect seemed to have snuck up on you the first time you felt it, but not being aware in the room that you were in that your feet were not tripping. You feel along the grass your feet start to slip as you look down and see that the grass is wet beneath your feet. As you're all collecting yourselves in this moment, you all of a sudden see the gate reopen. And you see Callisto just waddle out. You see the gate close behind him.
I think seeing Callisto waddle out, Io reaches out telepathically to say, so you taking me up on my offer? What's happening next?
That is for the master to decide.
The master. And just who, pray tell, would this master be?
Not understanding any concept of pretense or sarcasm. I am under your command from here on out. Master is a phrase that is given to those that have command over another being or beings. I know not if this world is not unfamiliar with the term. I can instruct you, if you so please, on phrases that would be useful for us to communicate, or I can learn your version of that word.
let's go ahead and go with the term partners. And I think you're gonna like working for me. Welcome aboard. And then I think as he does the welcome aboard, it's a clear indication. It's like, come on, crawl up on my shoulder. And I think he's probably doing this as he's doing that.
Yeah, and he like starts to crawl up. Interesting. Partner means something very different in my world. Lead on, partner.
All right. Will do gratefully. All right, y'all. I think we are on to bigger and brighter things. Callisto's coming with us. I think.
Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna say I think he kind of eyes his footprints, thinks back on what Yori said, and then smirks to himself and then marches off.
You got it.
With the rest of the group.
You see Gutter turn and look at you all. And go, yeah, I would see.
Siobhan's just gonna hold her hand out for him.
Stop it a bit.
Come on.
We're done with adventures for today.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. As you see him turn and you see the blooms just start to follow in a line.
Excellent.
And you all start to walk back to the ship. Anything else you guys want to do as you make your journey back?
Survive.
You were to kill the basilisk now, right, guys?
Yeah, if you guys want to go back in and handle that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's an amazing idea. I still have spells.
I saw one up at the mountain. We can go do that.
I did have a question for the...
Yeah, go ahead. Kiki, you had a question?
Mm-hmm.
For the walk back, how close do we know how close we passed to the front of the cave that we entered?
Yeah, good question. I think as you start to kind of like make your way back, you recognize that you're actually having to move further than you were before. So I'd say add an extra hour or so.
So if I know we're passing near the front of the cave, can I run and grab gear for Alistair? If the monsters are gone.
Yes, you may.
'Cause I'm not going to... Okay.
You look around, you see there are multiple sets of footprints from this creature. But also, give me a no perception check needed. You guys would see this. You see there is the clear mark of that square above the cave wall, but there is no longer any hole.
Do you want me to carry gear back for you, Alistair? Or do you want to carry it?
Well, technically, it's just a stone.
Oh.
Yeah,
Here
roll
you
me an
go,
investigation
then.
check to try to find gear.
Shit.
Yeah, it's an amethyst.
Oh, can I use my gift to make that an insight check to try and sense something that Alistair is connected to?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I love that because that makes it a 19.
19, cool. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay. And guidance?
Yeah.
So that's a 24.
Cool. With the advantage that comes from a rather like stumpy looking bloom putting its leaves out and trying to pick up something that it can't because it's so heavy. But like makes the noise, like the grunting noise as if it's trying to give it to you and it just can't do it. With that, you absolutely find that amethyst.
Okay. I'll bring the amethyst back. And while we're walking back, I also want to just kind of call out to the forest. Neve, are you okay?
Right on your shoulder.
Good. Okay. We're back where we should be. Everything's back as it should be.
almost everything.
Yes, we need to get off this damn island.
Oh, I
But we
meant I
did
need
it.
to get Houston back, but that too.
Yes, that too.
Was that like a normal dungeon or kind of thing for you guys? Like, I don't know. That's my first one. It's not exactly what I expected.
That was
So,
the,
like, I thought yeah.
that was the
I-
longest one I've ever been in, and probably the hardest.
I've only
I thought
ever
there'd be, like, a
stolen
treasure chest
artifacts
at
from
the end, or,
houses
like,
and museums.
some-
Not.
Oh, that's not quite, yeah. But you do get a lot of loot from that, I guess. So that's cool. But I mean, we did it. We did it together.
You all of a sudden hear, you're all extremely startled, like just taken aback, as all of a sudden you just hear massive explosions above you. You called out Neve, so I had to roll for it. Neve rolled a nat one. In this moment, you see like as fireworks just begin to explode on the mountainside. You hear a distant like. That sounds familiar.
I think we should pick up the pace and get back to the ship.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I've had enough for today.
I think the princess is in another dungeon, guys.
Looks right at the camera.
The prince is right here.
As you make your way back, you see the ship in the distance, and you see Daphne standing, hands on her hips, as she looks to be
Just absolutely done with us.
well, she's not looking at you guys. She's actually looking down at what you see as fingers, possibly scolding fingers. She looks pretty aggressive. You see fingers upon your arrival. Finger just kind of points one of his hook hands in your direction. You see Daphne spin around, look at you all. Thank God. All right. Where have you been?
We found
We found a cave. Got a little
and
lost.
a kid.
This is better.
Okay, I don't speak whatever
He's
that was. I don't speak it. He's a zebra?
He's shipwrecked.
Oh, well, sorry to hear that. Fingers was trying to explain in his way what happened to you all. It's been a full 24 hours since we've seen you. It's been a full day.
That makes sense.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
We needed to work some things out.
At least it's not yesterday.
Or tomorrow.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
What? Are you all? Did you all just get high on some mushrooms in the island? You hear Gutter immediately going. Starts to reach into his bag as you guys like try to grab him. Like no.
Oh.
Later.
Yeah. Need to.
We just go later, Cutter. Later.
Yeah, you see Devin just. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're here. You're okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Alistair's closed some of the internal wounds. I don't taste blood anymore. Maybe some ribs are cracked, but I'm good. And I mean, I feel great. You know, I feel the world. It's great. And we did a thing. We had an adventure together.
Okay. All right. Fenrir is probably around. You immediately feel a smack into your back as you are knocked flat on your back, as you feel hooves just pounding on top of your back.
I'm sorry. I get it, but I just couldn't take you this time. But the next one, I promise I'll take you. I'll tell you all about it.
Head money. You see Cutter all of a sudden just like flick a flame in his hands.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No. He's a friend, family. No eat.
Give it out. You see Figures. He's been walking this whole time to get over, but he just got there. And he comes over and he's, all right, you're here. Like I said, they went into the mountain. Told you.
Fingers. Did you manage to get all the gold and the mast onto the ship?
Well, no, but it's right over there. You see just a massive pile of gold sitting on the beach, just by itself. Nothing, no covering, nothing.
That's fine. Who's gonna?
Oh, well, we should probably load it because our fireworks may have called little critters towards us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Daphne
okay, that
looks
was you.
well rested.
Really?
No, not really. No, oh, you want me to load it in the ship? Yeah, no. Good job finding this gold and then leaving it with Fingers. But no, you can. I'll help. I'll help.
Well, I'll help.
Yeah.
We will.
We'll try.
The good old team effort.
You all just kind of pile it into this canoe that you have to kind of take out to get to the ship of where it's at. At this point, everybody give me a perception check.
That's actually decent. 15.
That's a 5.
Good.
17.
Good.
15.
A nat 20 for a 25.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Our ranger fighter.
A natural 7. No.
Okay. Cool. Nalani, you notice off to the side you see that there's another ship in the distance. Not too far out, probably out maybe, I don't know, 100 feet.
100 feet?
Mhm.
Is it
From the ship.
anchored? It's anchored.
Does look like it's anchored. It's actually kind of an odd looking, I wouldn't even call it a ship. It's more like a boat. You see that it has a very weird architecture to it. The front part clearly looks like a boat with a mast, and a bow and all that. And the back part itself looks like it's almost looks like a cabin.
Is it moving or is it just sitting there?
Just sitting there, just rocking along the water.
So, Daphne, when did they arrive? And I point at the ship.
Who? I've been just on this beach, just waiting for you all to come back.
Like a whole ship?
With Fingers.
A whole ship just rolled 100 feet up against here and no one noticed?
Oh. Yeah, no. Well, I haven't heard anything from the captain, so...
Is everybody else, no one else notices this? You
pointed out, we see it, yeah.
Mm.
But I mean...
You rolled a
Nalani's-
25, which was the DC. As it was probably slightly hidden. You rolled a 25. I didn't need to talk about it being hidden.
Okay. Hey, Yori, do you have your cannon handy?
That's on the ship. That's not
We're
technically
on-
mine.
We're on
Yori,
the
you just say
ship.
yes, and you point to the ship.
I think we're in a canoe heading towards the boat.
Oh,
Yes,
I
you
thought
are.
we were still
Yeah.
on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay. Yeah, I think we should get on our ship.
Yeah.
Sure, that's where we're going. Yeah.
I could fly over there and ask them what they want, or if they,
How about
No,
no?
no, 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 no.
they're
No.
friendly.
Maybe not right
No.
now.
Okay.
Serious, but no, seriously, Dav, you're not at all concerned about a random ship that pulled up on us.
You have quite the nerve asking me what I'm concerned about.
I
How
mean-
about letting Daphne know, or Boaz, or anyone else on the ship where you were? Were you
We told
concerned about that?
Fingers. We told Fingers.
Yeah, and I said you all said you were going to be in the mountain.
I mean, as far as I'm
Technically-
concerned, Fingers is the one who dropped the ball, not me.
Maybe you should just calm
You're
down.
right. You're right. I'm sorry. You see Fingers start to walk to the edge of the canoe.
No.
Fingers, just do better
No,
next time.
it's time. It's fine. Goodbye, cruel world.
It's like 5 feet of water.
Just,
Yeah, you just let him go
In
in.
the first place.
We don't let him go.
You just let him go.
No! Make it.
No, don't. Please
the
stop.
legs will float.
Yeah, the legs float. He's fully upside down. Now he's drowning.
The boat.
Does the cabin look like Ricelli's cabin?
It does not.
Oh. Well, I mean, oh.
Do I recognize any markings on this ship?
Okay. I'm so sorry. We do have to. You guys do grab Fingers, right?
Yes.
Yes.
we do
Okay,
have
alright.
fingers.
Yes.
As a DM, I
Just
can't
slide
just
it-
let that go.
Just slide the hook on the side of the boat and
Yes.
throw him with him the outside.
All right, thank you, Ray. I wasn't ready to go just yet. Now just adding more weight, not helping to row at all as you guys are moving out. You see him grab one of the, tries to kind of grab one of the pieces of gold. Oh, I like this one. Drops it in the water. Oh. My bad. Yeah, and say with that, you guys managed to kind of get yourself.
Did you have
back.
the answer to my question?
Sorry, what was the question?
Do I recognize any markings, flags, symbols, potentially thieves' cant on the ship?
On the ship that's like out in the distance?
I mean, it's only 100 feet. That's not that far.
100 feet from the ship, not from you guys. So once you get to the ship itself, it's pretty far enough. I would say you don't notice any markings on the mast or anything like that.
I don't recognize it at all.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. You guys get back on the ship. The first one you see is Donovan coming to greet you all. Oh, well, welcome aboard. You see, he's kind of like he seems flustered, which isn't necessarily out of sorts for him, but okay. Yeah, you should probably see the cat. Well, maybe you should wait. We should wait and.
Donovan,
are you
what's
okay?
wrong?
Nothing. We're just. We have visitors. It's not a big deal.
I'm pushing right past him and dragging the others straight for the captain's quarters.
You got it. You see Fingers in the background going, "It's fine. I'll get this on the ship. It's fine." He's looking at the gold as it's it's being hoisted up. Yeah, and you guys.
I'm not gonna knock. I'm gonna burst through that door.
You burst through the door. As you all burst through the door, you see Boaz standing there with a a drink in his hand, and you see a familiar figure sitting in his seat on the desk. You see them both kind of like laughing to each other as you see Percival sitting there. Oh. Welcome back. Boaz, your crew seems to come back.
What are you doing here?
Wow, that's one way to greet a fellow sailor. That's fine.
I just find it interesting that you found us out in the middle of nowhere on a deserted desert island. Or deserted island. That was it.
Well, as I explained to your captain here, I was a little concerned when I didn't hear back from him or any of the ship logs of your destination. I admitted to Boaz I did put a little piece of gear on the ship that allowed me to find where you were. And lucky for that, as we were able to manage to put the mast back in order. You're welcome.
Only on the ship. You could only track us through the ship, correct?
Correct.
I have your word on that.
No, because I don't answer to you. So you can choose to believe me or not. You see Boaz the second. Okay, wow. All right, let's... You guys okay? We were about to send a search party out for you.
Yeah, sorry, Captain. It was a bit of a rough little adventure getting the lay of the land. There were these really large lizard-like creatures that we seem to have angered and put us in a bit of a bind.
Yeah, well... Okay, well, it's a good thing you guys are here. Good thing you guys are safe. So it's a good thing. You hear Percival respond. Yes, very lucky.
Insight check.
Sure.
I'm suspicious of everyone. 24.
What are you wanting to decipher?
I want to see if he has curiosity about us. Like, if he has an interest in us, not necessarily well-being, but like something about us. He wants more from us, or it's just like, who are these random freaking people who just burst into my friend's cabin and I'm trying to have a drink here.
Is it 23?
24.
24. Okay. 1 second. Anything else you guys want to do while I'm sending this?
Boaz, with the mast that we recovered from the other ship, how long till we're ready to leave, and how long of a journey is it to Dare's Wharf?
Well, we didn't get very far, so I imagine probably just a 2 days journey out. 2 days journey out.
Okay.
You see Percival locking eyes with you, Alistair, in this moment. Just go, yeah, probably no more, no less.
I'm angling my body to kind of block his view of Alistair's cane.
Okay. I realize this is my NPC, but there's a lot of people that are in the doorway. Where do you think Gutter is in this marching order?
Probably near the back.
It's gonna out or next to Yori.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
I'm probably in the back too. Like the
Cool.
whole, yeah.
Great. This makes this better. 2 days. I am not feeling well. I'll be in my quarters. I will turn to leave.
Okay.
Yori, if you find your hands idle, I could use your help at
Sure.
some point.
Yeah. Okay. Like not now.
I fully
Later.
think at this moment, Yori, you might be just teaching like Gutter the hand slapping game.
yeah. Which
You know,
I'm really not that interested in what was going on there. I just followed
Right.
the group, and then so.
And
yeah.
you hear like oh, adults are talking and like I don't care or whatever. Gutter slaps your hand hard as soon as Alistair gets your attention.
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Your turn.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. As you, Alistair, you're going back to like your cabin.
Yeah.
Cool. So I imagine you took some of your belongings with you to shore, right? Especially the important ones. You left something behind because I need to roleplay this moment. What did you leave behind?
I would have left behind. I probably would have left behind. I have a pouch with like we've talked about before, like scalpels and things for dissecting. Probably didn't bring that for the amount of other things that I brought with us.
Okay. So you have like a scalpel sort of tool set.
Yeah, like a knife roll, I guess is the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah, gotcha. Do you have anything that you would have like worked on with that? Like maybe like specimens, anything like that?
Yeah, I think there would probably be. You know what would have been on there? Some of the petals from the flowers that we collected from Nalani's phoenix.
Cool. I love it. Give me a perception check based on hearing.
17.
17. You hear something brewing in your room.
I'll put the shrink band around my finger and
Okay.
just kind of peek under the door.
Okay.
Or walk under the door.
You walk under the door. Cool.
Yeah.
As you walk into the door, I do think I probably want a disadvantage on the perception check just because of what you're looking at would be so much bigger than you.
That'd be a 15.
15. Cool. As you are looking up, oh, interesting. I'm gonna roll something. Okay, cool. Fuck yeah. Sweet. As you cool. As you come under the doorway, you see a figure standing at your desk, working on what seems to be probably your equipment. You hear the like bubbling sort of sound. You can actually see there's probably like a small beaker or an Erlenmeyer flask or something like that that is bubbling up. You see the figure is just putting a pedal into it and is moving it around. As you walk in the doorway, the figure does not turn around, but you see a hand come out and point in your direction. The hand itself, the fingers themselves seem to split from this joint right here, and you see a hole that is facing your direction. As you hear a voice say, "Cute, but I got you. You can get out of that now." You see the figure now turn in your direction, just from the side, and you can see salt and pepper hair, a very, very tired eyes, a bit of peach fuzz around the face, following that same sort of stressed out sort of look. You see goggles that are over his forehead. And you see a somewhat of a like pirate-looking sort of regalia, but all dressed in black, as the mechanical arm does not move away from pointing at you. As you see this figure, so I guess now here.
As I kind of look over, does it look like he knows what he's doing? Like he's...
Give me a investigation check.
18.
Oh yeah.
And who might you be?
You see the hand go back to its sort of glove state. Huxley, making your potions better. You're welcome.
What do you better?
Like, not suck.
I don't know who the hell you think you are, just coming in and using someone else's equipment. Did you make that arm?
Wow. Okay. You ask a lot of questions. Did you want me to answer that in any specific order? Or?
Yes, start with the who. I'm sorry. Just who are you again? And I will walk up and just manhandle his arm and start looking at him.
Whoa.
What?
Easy on the
No.
goods.
Okay. Did you make that?
This?
Yes.
Yeah.
How? What? One-handed? Like you had to have help, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. No. I mean, I had help, yeah. But not... in a way, yes and no. I built the thing that helped me, so...
You built... You... I'm sorry. It's... Where... I'm sorry.
I have this effect on people sometimes. It's fine.
What are you... How are you making my potions better? I'm sorry.
Well, thing is that these petals are extremely volatile. I imagine that for any... There's a good chance that you've tried to make a couple of them your own. Looks over your belt. Okay, yeah. So there's a good chance that one of them is gonna explode when it goes down your gullet. So this won't do that. You should probably get rid of the ones you have there.
Where did you?
I came with Percival.
Oh. Okay.
What? What does that mean?
Nothing. Will you? Will you be leaving with Percival? Are you? I mean, how long are you? Do you have? Can you? Do you have notes or anything? Can we? I would love to talk about all.
No, writing things down slows me down. So.
Okay. Maybe I could share some. You could just share your notes with, or tell me what I did wrong, and
No,
then
I'm
I
good.
can take notes.
I'm good. I can just. I'm happy just telling you you're wrong and just giving you that. I mean, if you're smart enough, you can just figure out what I did, right?
Absolutely. Okay. I see. Well, I
What is?
yeah.
What,
I mean, you're in
what
my
do you-
my room.
yeah,
So,
I know. I know.
don't
What? What
really-
are you? What is that?
What is what?
What you're leaning on?
It's a cane. I mean, you seem to know your way around all of my tools, but you don't recognize a cane. I don't.
Okay, cute.
Why? What do you? Why do you? I don't understand. What do you?
I see how you use some of your tools. If you design that cane, maybe I could make it better for you.
See? No. I didn't design it. It came this way.
Oh, so you didn't make it. So it probably works then.
Yes. So I this is normally where I would leave, but again, you're in my room. Where are you from?
Yeah, I can leave. He walks out.
Wait a minute, and I will follow him.
I love it. Going back to the top of the deck, what are the rest of you guys doing? So Siobhan, clearly, Siobhan, you're staying in the captain's cabin. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I mean, after a bit, I'd go and try to find Alistair as he asked for my help, but probably still, playing slap hands with Gutter for a little bit, and then I'd go and try to find him.
You got it. Yeah, as you go to find Alistair, you find yourself in the way of this figure, and you hear him just say to you, "Okay, Shorty, can you get out of my way, please?"
It's a cool puppet arm. Is it strings or it's got to be magic? It's a magic arm.
Do you normally ask people questions when they're standing on a ladder waiting for you to move out of the way?
Oh, not normally. I'm not on a ladder all the time, so that would be weird.
Can you move?
I can.
Thanks.
Yeah, let me just I like you got kind of like, it's like a cool hair thing and like the scars and like, you look like you look like you did some cool stuff, like lost an arm, like in a cool fight, maybe.
Okay. As you see him, as he walks past you, you do notice that as soon as he comes up to the sunlight, he instinctively puts the goggles on his head. Okay.
So cool.
Alistair, what are you saying in behind? Are you trying to talk to him or?
I think if he pauses long enough, I am going to reach out. His arm, for the sake of mechanics, is an object. Yes.
For the sake of mechanics, yeah.
Great. I'm going to reach out and just try and touch his arm and cast immovable object on it.
One way to flirt.
Fuck yeah, baby.
And
Go ahead.
because I want this to go out all the way, can I look to see if there is anything on that arm that I could tweak, or like even if it's just smoothing out the hair? I don't, as simple as that. Is there anything I can do?
Interesting. Cool. Give me a. This is going to be like a super weird way to contest this, but I think give me a spell attack.
$19.
Beats my 17. You immediately, as you're like trying to talk to him, you're like trying to get him to like, wait, no, I'm good. And you cast that, and it's.
Where are you going? Okay, I wasn't.
That's good. That's
done.
cute. That's great. Can you let this go?
And then I'm gonna pull like a screwdriver or something out and just like hit his elbow.
Ow! It still hurts, man. You can't just.
Okay, well, if you'd have just let me look at it, I mean.
Roll me a investigation check, I think.
17.
17. With a 17, you do actually notice that there is a screw that is a little loose.
Cool. I'll just tighten that up.
Ow.
Yeah. Are there like... I'm just going to go full in on this. It's mechanical, so are there like places where you could push something in?
What you know, actually, with the 17, what you notice is that this arm does look to be like extremely dangerous, like the level of like a gas powered pyrotechnic sort of thing. So you get the feeling of like this thing has actually with a 17, you're gonna see that it looks like this thing has some similar mechanics to the cannon on the ship.
So cool. I'll finish tightening it up, and then I'll reach into my pocket and just pull out a button. We're going to slide it into the pocket of his shirt and go, if you'd like to know more about that, I would like to know more about this. And then I'll let the spell go. Yeah.
What's your name?
Alistair Samil. And smart enough to see that, so I would like to look at it a little bit more.
Yeah, well, the screwdriver component is on the arm, so I would have had to wait to gotten back to the shop, but I saw it.
We're going to Dare's Wharf from here. If you're not preoccupied with Percival, I could really use some help. I've never seen these flowers before. Any information you have on them would be really helpful for my friends and I.
You see, it's hard to get an expression because he has the goggles on. And honestly, like there's a point where let me get you a version with the goggles. He looks a little nerdy with them on. Like the cool sort of expression just completely goes away because the goggles are so big. Let me see if I can get the other picture on there in time. But yeah, actually, so as you mentioned that. He says, that is the eventual plan, but it's up to Percival. Kind of doing him a favor right now. Well, in our speaking.
Of course. Well, if you change your mind, I have wyverns blood as well.
What? Like a specific type of way? Let me see it. Can I see it? Let me see it.
It's in my bag.
I don't have it right now.
Has it congealed yet, or is it? Where is it?
It's obviously safe. It's.
No, I don't give a shit about being safe. I just want to see it. I just want to.
Well, I would love to show it to you, but you seem like you're in a hurry. Later, if you have time.
Like I said, that's not up to me. Okay. Have you met Percival?
I have. Would you like me to come with you? No. I don't. Okay. Yeah, I've met Percival.
I was just. Okay. Nice to meet you, Alistair.
You too. Huxley?
Yeah.
I hope to see you again.
Okay. At this moment, let's say as you're kind of like looking away, you're actually like looking probably like around the arm. You do see out of the corner of your eye a little skittering as a mechanical spider comes up his arm to his shoulder. Cool. Okay. Well, it's a small ship for now. So. Yeah, you walk away as he's saying that too. It's a small ship. Oh, okay, all right. Looks down at Yori, who's there for this whole interaction. I think maybe.
Yeah, I was imagining that, just like looking up at him both. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. It's just do you like Alistair? I think Alistair's pretty great. And he's really smart. And he's great. He's good at building things too. So I thought maybe you guys, get along.
Yeah. He needs work. I think he walks away at this point, but then walks into the captain's cabin. Like almost probably bumps into Siobhan as he's like, he doesn't knock, he would open the door. So I think, Siobhan, you were literally maybe in the doorway.
I mean, I imagine this has been a couple minutes, so I assume things has happened with everyone since Alistair went downstairs and found him and all that, right?
Yeah, let's take an opportunity to say, Nalani, where are you going?
So I wanted to know, would I have clocked Siobhan noticing anything, or do you want me to roll for it, or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
That's 18 on the dice, so 23 perception.
23 perception, I think... I think you notice Siobhan noticing something. You don't know what Siobhan notices, though.
Yeah, so I was going to say, if I noticed her concerned or noticing something, I would stay near her.
Okay. You got it.
I don't think she looks concerned. I think she's, like I told you, Joe, kind of trying to take up more room.
Yeah. Okay.
Being a bigger presence.
Mm-hmm.
There's some arrogance to her right now.
Okay.
I guess what I'm saying is, Nalani's two options are, if he notices something's going on at all, he would stay with you. If not, he's going to go find a crow's nest and take a nap.
Okay.
So
cool.
Tell me whether you're exuding anything that would be like, huh. something's going on.
I think
If
that's
you're
up to the DM's call on your perception check.
If you're expressing that, is that what you're asking, Alani?
No, what I'm saying is there anything about Siobhan that would cause me to say, oh, there's something odd here, or we're just all dispersing?
Yeah, you notice that Siobhan has noticed something. You just don't know what it is. So that's completely up to you.
Then I'm just going to hang out.
Okay, in the cabin.
Yep.
You got it. Cool. There's probably an awkward silence at a certain point where Boaz says, so did you find anything else?
Yep, we found the mask that we sent back.
Yeah, that's that is lucky.
Well, I mean, you sent us out to find a mast.
Well, you got to find materials to make a mast. You found a full mast. That's ironic.
I told you in the tavern we were the best crew you could get.
You see both Boaz and Percival laugh at that. Yeah, I guess so.
Drinks. I need a drink. Do you guys need a drink? I'm gonna walk over, and if they have glasses, I'm gonna grab one, pour myself out a glass, and put my hand on Percival's shoulder while I steady myself, and just take my drink. And then I'm gonna just look down and say, "Everything's okay, right? Nothing's wrong. Nothing we should be concerned about." And I'm using my gift.
Okay. First off, I'm gonna say just normal insight check. You're leaning on Percival, fucking brick wall. Just like it's all weird old muscle. You know what I mean? Like this dude's ancient, but still it has the bodybuilder sort of build. Yeah. Yeah. Give me, what do I normally have you roll for that? Is it insight?
Insight. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. Insight with advantage.
Advantage. Okay. That was a 22. That's going to be a 22 is my highest.
Cool. With a 22, what he desires most right now is information. And as you lean and put your hand on his shoulder to kind of steady yourself, you see him kind of look up at you, and you recognize in that moment that where did I roll? I totally forgot. Okay. In that moment, he thinks you have that information. So weirdly, you feel the compass kind of pointing towards you.
I'll just sit down next to him, and I'm an open book.
Yeah, Kara, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you found a mast on the island. You find anything else?
Some gold, which we certainly would compensate you for your services in helping get the mast up so marvelously.
Oh, no problem with that. Actually, I had one of my helpers, and in this moment, that's when Huxley comes into the doorway. But I want to pause that. Io, what are you doing?
I think after I would have made sure it's okay, we're not offending our captain's friends or anything. I think he would have been kind of making his rounds around the ship. He has a new familiar here that needs to at least know friend from foe. So he's probably mentally explaining. It's so this is Boaz, our captain. This is
partner.
Yes.
Partner.
Well, he's not our partner. He's more of
Master.
for lack of a better word, yes, he's someone we actually need to look at as a master, not an equal.
But master means partner. And
For you and me, we're a little bit different. We're like this, and he and the rest of us are a little bit like, this. There's a little bit of a hierarchy there.
I do only have 3 fingers. Is that what you're referencing?
Okay, so we gonna have to work on you understand a little bit of slang. Basically, you and I are gonna be more like, we're gonna have a friendly relationship. Our relationship with the captain's a little bit more business-like.
Slang is the past tense of sling.
And then you literally see him just go.
Yeah, I love it. In that moment, you do see, because I wanted someone to be able to interact. You do see, oh shit, what's his name? God damn it.
I forgot to.
Help me, gang.
Cookie.
It's definitely not Cookie.
It's
Right.
a gruff or something like that.
Yes, it's
Gruff.
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 It is
Gruff.
gruff.
Yeah, yeah.
It is gruff.
Man, so many low voices today. What's that?
First of all, he is a pseudo-dragon. I think.
Sorry, I understand that, but have you?
Gruff. The pseudo-dragons are very proud creatures. That's so be
My
respectful.
apologies, Your Highness. Hey, listen. You talk to the captain.
Yeah. Some people from another ship, and
Yeah. Looks out to the ship. I don't like it.
yeah, we're keeping an eye on it too. We just shipwrecked out here. How did they find us?
I don't know. I don't like it. It, of course, is the one that helped me, kind of helped me get hired in the first place, that Percival fella, but I don't like being babysat.
How long are they supposed to be hanging out near us? Are they going to be sailing off soon, or?
I don't know. They got here last night.
Do you think Percival is... There's another agenda that he's not letting on to? What all do they talk about, Gruff?
Let me be clear. I don't have associations with pseudo-dragons or blast magic out my fingertips, but I know a bad seed when I see one. And that is a very big, bad seed.
Now what do you... Look at him. What's bad about this little guy?
He was referencing, he wasn't looking at him.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Percival.
Yeah. Also, there's this one, and that's when, like, you guys are probably on deck, and that's when you see Huxley walking across. I think just, like, far enough where you're not hearing the conversation between Alistair and Huxley, but you do see it. And this seems like his little lapdog. Helped us get the mast up last night, but I don't know. Seems shifty. Also really into himself.
Oddly enough, though, it seems like Al seems to be getting on with him pretty well.
Is Al usually someone that gets along with people like that?
He's tricky. I think right now we might just want to keep an eye on them and see exactly what they're here for. We'll keep ears and minds open.
Well, listen, obviously I'm the cook, so I decide when, but more importantly, what people eat. If you have some sort of magic thing to be able to slip into something they're having, if they're staying for the night, or no, I can just if you know.
I mean, hey, considering how dangerous the world is, let's not commit to anything, but
Sure. Keep it. No, yeah, we'll keep it low.
yeah, like if that is something we need to do, I'll check in with the group and see what they are, see if they're of the same mind. Because honestly, I think we talked to Percival to get us a ship, but I don't really know him from AO. So honestly, I mean, we need to keep ourselves safe in any kind of way we can, but at the same time, we're not crossing that bridge unless that's something we absolutely have to do. But you didn't overhear anything when they were talking the other night?
You guys hear me now?
Yes.
Dude, I fully bumped the mute switch. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry. So what he said before you said what you said, he goes, I could probably make some. What if I made something that would just make them have to go back to their ship tonight? I could probably do that.
Can you make it a dessert? That
Sure.
way, or, some kind of in-course meal, just in case, like, put it in a little bit of, like, choice wine or something. Grog.
Yeah. How do we just make sure that the rest of your party knows not to drink it?
Right. And also, we need some kind of signal. Actually, even easier. So, in case you didn't know, Gruff, I can hop into mines. If you hear me talking in your head, that's when you know that's what we want to do.
Yeah, you can stay on my head. We could probably figure out something other way to do that.
Fine. Everyone's so weird about that. I mean, it just takes a... Okay. If I hold up my arm...
You do hear Callisto go, so to understand, people do not appreciate being talked to in their heads?
It's super weird. I don't get it. Honestly, I feel like it would solve a lot of problems, especially when you're trying to be secretive.
That message
right?
is in your head, by the way.
Yeah.
So you're responding in his head.
Yeah.
So you see just Gruff go, you all right?
Yeah. I was just talking to my partner here.
No, you won't.
Again, I can jump into mines. It's kind of how we communicate. I mean, I don't think he has common folk vocal cords.
Right. So I put something in the dessert wine.
Okay, that sounds good. So, since you really don't want me dropping in your head, if I hold up my arm and these three eyes blink 3 times each,
Jesus.
that's a good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Is that normal? That won't freak anyone else out?
I have eyes in my right arm. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna. I'm pretty sure that alone freaks them out. They're not gonna think it's anything weird if they start blinking.
Oh yeah, no, they're probably gonna be like, "Oh, let's not point it out. Let's look away from it, just to make them feel self-conscious."
Right, like those, like a guy who's like been in a war and he has that really gnarly like burn scar or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't want to call it out, so they're gonna cringe.
You see fingers at this moment. I always ask them where they got it from.
Fingers, I'm starting to understand why some people don't like you. I like you, but I'm kind of starting to understand why some people have that opinion.
Her chef. You see him just walk away towards the edge of the ship. Yeah. Actually, no, I'm going to retcon that. Goes, no, I understand. Mom's the word.
I don't remember that. I don't remember what that slang means, but yeah.
Sling.
Your mom's the word.
Sling, partner.
We need to have a sit down and think. I gotta explain what the concept of slang means. None of your previous partners explained that, dude.
For anyone else, I would have you roll a like a performance check to be able to talk in your head and out. Like that, but with your skill and your feet and your like all that stuff, like you're just a master at being able to like translate back and forth between in your head, out of your head, and yeah, I love that. Cool. Yeah. So you see Huxley then walk into the captain's cabin, flipping it back to Siobhan. Sorry, a lot of these voices sound the same. I'm just realizing this now. Sorry. So, you found a mast, you found some gold, anything else? Once I get back to Celeste, I'm gonna probably just have them update the maps a little bit. So.
There's strange creatures on this island. I think Gwen said they might be only on this island. Giant beasts taller than the mast of the ship that almost ate us. And then these little flower critters that run around eating each other, which is quite strange. I think one of them mentioned like a isolated ecosystem or something.
Make sure to put that down. You see he's not writing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just ask us specifically what you want to know? I would have thought a sea captain would be interested in where we got the mast and the ship that it came from. And I just stared directly at him.
I don't think there's any call for a check just yet. He just responds looking dead-eyed back at you. Ships wreck all the time. Which actually brings up a very good point. Yori. You're playing slap hands with Gutter. When Huxley comes back up and you're conversing with him, you immediately go back to I think at this point you're not even really looking, you just kind of go back because you see that Gutter's hands are up like this. You go back to like playing slap and you get him really good. And that's when you look at him and recognize that he's not even looking at you. He's been frozen like this, staring at Huxley as Huxley goes in and closes the door.
I guess that one didn't. Do you know him?
Give it.
You do. Okay. Is he a good guy or a bad guy? So not good. All right, we need to go tell somebody. Come with me, and I'll go and try and find Alistair.
Cool. I think you find Alistair in his room, just like. Well, actually, where's Gwen?
Well, at first I was going to say she stayed with Siobhan and Delani, but I think now it makes more sense for her to have gone to her room to start the ritual of getting Houston back. And I think what she does is, I think she notices Siobhan's change in personality more than noticing her notice anybody. And she sees her sort of fall into that Kara persona that she does when she's trying to intimidate people, and her thought process is we might need a spy to go over to that boat later. So she just sort of slips away quietly.
I
to
love
get
that. Awesome.
Her owl back.
Cool. Alistair, roll me an intelligence saving throw.
At 20 for a 28.
Cool. Awesome. Great. So you definitely return back to your room and not just absentmindedly walk into Gwen's room. But Gwen, you do hear a door open and shut in the lower deck.
Okay. That ritual takes like an hour and a half, so I think maybe what she would have done is collected her things, and when she hears Alistair's door open and close, go to his room to do it.
Okay. You got it.
Come on in.
There's something not right going on right now.
Yeah, there was a strange man in my room making my potions better.
You see along the wall, actually, in a very different sort of. This is going to ruin it just in asking this, but this is how I picture Huxley. Alistair, your stuff is actually kind of all over the place. He made a mess of the desk. But you see that there are 3 potions that are put like in the center of the desk to where like you couldn't access anything else but them.
Yeah, he messes up your desk in way worse than I ever did.
Yeah, it's everything is all over the place. What are you? What? Hi.
I'm going to get Houston back. We might need him to check into things over there. On their boat. Siobhan is being very Kara right now in the same sort of way that we've seen before when she's making a presence of herself.
I think Houston would be a fantastic backup plan, but actually that might be better. Actually, if I was talking to Huxley earlier, and we had talked about meeting up, and maybe I could just go over there.
We don't know anything about these people, Alistair. They tracked us to an island that nobody has ever seen before, except for a ship that crashed. That shouldn't be possible.
But what did they use to find us, right? They said that he placed a magic tracker, and...
Sure, but you know as well as I do that those things really have a short range. Most of them, unless they're really high level. We learned that, like, first year.
But what I'm saying is I could maybe see things over there that Houston couldn't see.
Sure, but I don't think you should go alone.
Well, Houston could come with me, and Siobhan, I can bring Gear back, and Gear could come with us as well.
Yori,
Okay.
I think you enter here.
Oh, sorry, am I interrupting? You said you needed my yeah, Gutter has something that the really cool guy who's kind of like Alistair, but like he's
Give it to me, but I think this is happening at the same time. You're doing this, and like Gutter's translating, or vice versa.
Okay,
Gutter says he's
one at a
a
time.
really bad guy. Oh, you go, Gutter.
No.
You can tell it.
Yori, what were you saying?
So we were playing slap hands. It's a game where you have one person puts their hands out like this, and then the other person puts it, and I was winning. But then then the guy walked by, and Huxley, the guy, and Gutter looked at him, and it looked kind of he lost a round, and then he says that guy's bad. That guy's not a good guy, and he knows him from somewhere, but I don't know where.
Was he on your crew, Gutter? Before?
I'm sorry. Gutter, apologize. Gutter goes,
But you know him. And he's bad. They boarded your ship. They wanted something. A transfer of information. And you gave it to them. And then they killed you all. They sank your ship? They crashed into your ship.
Well, they
Or
made
they
the
made
crash
it
onto the
crash.
because the ship's not crashed. Yeah, but
They shipwrecked you.
You're amazing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. What? Continue.
So was the other guy there? The guy, Percy, the guy who was inside the. He was inside. Like, all the other people went.
Gutter did not see Percy.
Yeah.
I
I
wasn't
think
sure if you like saw him behind other people. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Gwen will
But
make a little.
just you saying Percy, he going.
Oh,
Yeah.
but he doesn't know the name.
Mhm.
Okay.
knows the name. Gwen will make a little like minor illusion of Percy and just say, "This is Percy."
And then
He was the leader. He gave the
Also-
order.
Like, so someone said that it's like 2 days about, I think, to get to before we can get to the where we were going, right? But like we've only been here like 2 days, so why would they think that we were lost or crashed or something if
It does
we were
seem a
only
bit-
supposed to get there like today? Yeah.
And how would they know so quickly that we didn't? I don't. From what I
Or-
know of when I was translating and transcribing the ship logs, would that be normal for word to get all the way back to Celeste from Dare's Wharf? Like, if we didn't make our port within a day or so, that seems unlikely, right? Yeah. There's definitely something suspect going on here. Alistair, I'm sorry if your new friend... And she just pauses there for a minute, like just very confused at the idea so quickly.
of saying that word.
And so that Alistair is so quickly eager to connect with this person, I guess. And then she moves on.
I kind of sorry. I you guys realize we made it out of the dungeon. We made it out of the cave. We're all alive.
Yeah.
The ship's gonna be fine. There doesn't have to be danger in every single thing we
What do they
do.
want?
But they, I mean, even if there wasn't danger, they hurt his family. They might have killed parts of his family and his crew.
Yeah.
And Gutter's
Big
one of,
explosion.
he's our friend now. Do you want me to go over to the other ship and like snoop around and stuff?
There might be people over there.
No.
Gutter,
I just-
were there more than just them?
Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
A big group?
Damn it.
Like,
That ship might not be empty, and we are beat to hell. I like where your mind is going, Gutter, but we need to find out why first. We can't just...
yeah.
And she makes a little flame with prestidigitation.
Yep.
We can't until we know more. But then...
Maybe we should
Maybe.
we can like have a group, like a meeting where everybody's there, and then we can decide what we want to do.
Yeah.
If that's what you think if that's something you think we should do.
I think
Is
we
it-
need to find out a little bit more about who might be on that ship first. Alistair, how long does it take you to get gear up and running?
10 minutes.
I need an hour for Houston. But then we could send them. Gear can fly, right?
Spins his tail really fast.
We need to find
Should've named
out.
them tails.
I mean, I'm all for this, but you know, I could just go over there, and it's not like they're miles away. We could offer to share some of our adventure over dinner on their ship.
Yeah. Let's try that.
And I can talk to Huxley about his arm, and maybe he could. I have so many ideas right now, and if he could just talk about those things, and maybe he'll share some how they found us.
Damn it, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Let's just focus right now on getting gear and Houston. For a little backup.
Do you want me to tell the rest of the group anything?
Let's let them find us. Siobhan and Nalani, I think, are still in with the captain.
I could tell them that we want to see them. I mean, I can send a message to pretty much anywhere as long as it's like on the ship.
Sure. Maybe to Siobhan.
I will use the message spell, which I never use,
Yay!
but I do have. One thing is that there's been a lot of situations where we are silenced, and I don't use it in a way that I feel like it's sound.
Mhm.
Yours message spell is
Sure.
sound, so it has to be. Yeah, so if you're deaf, it's not going to work. So yeah, I'll message. Yeah, I'll message Siobhan. I think I'll just send like, hey, this is Yori. We think that maybe Percy and Huxley are not good, and we need to talk about it. So we're in Alistair's cabin. And that's it.
Okay. Coming back to Siobhan in the cabin. First of all, looking at Nalani. Listen, I don't need to take whatever you found. I just need to know what it was.
Huxley's in the room now, right?
Mm-hmm. Give me an insight check.
He looks young and handsome. She's gonna do the whole hair flip and lean forward when he walks in.
Okay.
She's gonna throw all her feminine wiles at that. I fucking love my insight in this character. That's a 22.
22.
Hope he
you
likes
learn-
older women.
You learn two. You learn two things from Huxley. One of them may be obvious. The second one.
What else? I have no power here, girl.
Yes. The phrase wrong tree comes to mind. The second one is that you get that message in your head. And with a 23, you get the idea that Huxley somehow heard that message.
What?
I don't know if Boaz speaks Thieves' Cant.
I think Percy definitely does.
I think Percy does, but I don't know if Huxley does.
Would you roll on your insight again?
22.
Huxley knows Thieves' Cant.
I'm gonna risk it to see if Boaz knows it. I'm gonna say to Huxley and Thieves' Cant. Some people are a little nosy, aren't they?
Some people just need to know when it's best to just give in.
And you're a
Thieves'
judge
Cant.
of that? I assume it's all in Thieves' Cant at this point.
For now, I just do what I'm told.
We'll glance at Percy.
It's true. The boy does what he's told. What are you guys talking about? Is it... We're on a ship.
No, I think this is my friend there doesn't speak this language either, so ask your question plainly.
All right, I'll repeat myself. This time, instead of to your elven friend, just to you. What did you find? That's all I need to know.
A cave. One we almost died in, but I think by the grace of Mask we made it out.
Okay. Good that you made it out.
I don't think there's many that would share that sentiment.
I don't necessarily know who you're talking about. Boaz is looking around going like, so, food? I don't know if you guys are hungry
In
or
the
something.
common tongue, I'm going to say, Alistair has a strange animal hide that I think would be of interest to some people, perhaps.
Blood. He doesn't have the hide anymore.
Is she talking
Right.
about
No,
the dinosaur?
I have
He has
Oh,
the
the
hide.
dinosaur hide. That's right. Okay.
Oh, I thought that was Huxley saying that.
No,
Or was
sorry,
that
that
you
was the
saying
DM
that?
saying that. That was the DM
Okay.
saying that. Sorry. Yeah. That would be crazy. No. He doesn't know everything. No. Huxley goes, Captain, maybe we've overstayed our welcome.
No, please. A meal would be lovely if you'd be so kind to join us.
It's up to the captain. You see Percival look at Alani. You see the eyes just flash that green. Look at Siobhan.
I'm gonna put my hand on Boaz's arm and sense what he senses when Percival eventually looks at Boaz, because I know he's going to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Go ahead and roll me into that check.
Oh, that's great. That's a 19.
19 is still pretty good. I'll roll just against it to see. Okay, yeah. Boaz is not magically affected by Percival in this. But yeah.
Well, I wasn't trying to see if he was magically affected. I can't see that. I was doing the emotions, since he has emotions when...
Boaz is a little confused on what's going on as he fully sees Percival as a friend.
Okay.
But yeah, so you see Percival look at Nalani, look at Siobhan, look at Boaz, looks at Huxley. Well, wouldn't say no to a meal. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.
Hey, remind me, I have one thing I want to do at the start of the next session.
Okay, I will. We love you guys. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.